Welcome Solex Nation. I'm really excited to start this call because we have a huge announcement. We have something new for sale in our back office.
Yes, we do. It's people who have tried it, love it. They've been asking for it. What is now for sale?
Hydrogen water. We have hydrogen water for sale now in our back office. They made me sing it. So
she did that all on her own.
So
that's how we're going to say it around the office. I hope you do too, around your office or home. Hydrogen water.
So it comes in a box with 12 waters, and you can buy it for retail pricing, loyalty pricing, or you can put it on auto ship for a lower price.
Yes, I will say some of the bad news right now is that it's only available in the United States. It's a really heavy shipping and obviously some other vulnerabilities there.
Yeah.
And so our other folks, just come visit us and we'll give you some. We'll do it that way.
So we're excited about the hydrogen water. Go check that out in your back office. Now we have an announcement that, for the next couple of months, you guys are going to say, please stop announcing the same thing. But listen, the last time we had Dave Discovery, we felt like we announced it over and over and over, and you would not believe the people that came to us and said, what? What's Dave Discovery?
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
So if you haven't heard yet, we're doing a live Dave Discovery here in Utah at the show barn. It's August 26th and 27th. Please, you can get your tickets now, and please make plans to come join us. We love seeing you face to face. This is our at least once a year event where we get to come together live and in person.
Yes.
And shake hands and high five and give hugs and just have a really good time getting together.
And if you're part of the Legacy Group, we will have a special Legacy Group dinner on that Friday night, and that you'll get to, come talk to Loran. That's what everyone wants to do.
Yep.
Meet Loran and ask him questions.
And we always have some fun behind the scenes that will unfold. In fact, we're going to do some more of that on June 10th. Speaking of Legacy Group.
That's true. We have a Legacy Group event, and that's a virtual event on June 10th. And we will. We're getting ready to send out information for that, so you'll look for that in your email.
And we have had the question come in: is it just on June 10th? What time? That sort of thing. We're going to, similar to the March Day of Discovery, similar platform. It's just going to be a recorded event for you to be able to access that weekend.
So it would be the 10th, and then you can see it the 11th and the 12th. But we will not be turning this into a Dave Discovery available forever. Yeah. It's over on the 12th.
Yeah, it's just a fun event for if you're in the Legacy Club.
Yes.
Legacy Group. Legacy Group,
You can call it a club if you want.
A club. It's
exclusive.
For me, it's a club. For you, it's a group. Okay. No, but we'll get together with those who have those Solex Silver coins.
Yes.
Whether you've bought them, earned them, won them.
Yes.
In any
you have
of
a
those.
coin, you get to
You're
come.
In. Okay.
We announced a really fun contest. And that is, so we're going to Disneyland, basically.
Yes.
That's all I can think about is Disneyland.
Yes. So by the end of July, we're going to have the top 3 people with the most active QLAs on your direct line, personally sponsored QLAs. The top 3 with a guest will go to Disneyland for a couple days. You'll stay in the Disneyland hotel. And
airfares included.
We will make you go on at least one ride with us. And again, like we said before, if Disneyland is not your thing, that's fine. There's a cash out option.
Yes.
Don't have to come out here, but for those that are gunning for it, and we have quite a few.
We do. We have a lot of people. Now, we have had a lot of people also say, okay, but what's the number? Is this even attainable? Yes, it is. We can't give the number of what to shoot for, but we do know what the top 10-ish people have, and you can do it.
As of right now.
As of right now.
And that, if you know this industry at all, and if you know your own ability at all, you know that can change. Just period.
Yes.
That can change. I don't care if you just started today. You could be
a
front runner if you choose to be.
Yep.
It's just a matter of intention and effort and persistence. And so there's a long runway between here and the end of July.
It's true.
Right?
Yes.
With the time frame, the winners will go in October.
Yes. The trip will be in
just
October.
So everybody knows.
All right. Well, guess what? We have another license plate this week, and it is in New Hampshire, and you are going to love this one.
I am?
Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
This is Lisa DeMatt. And look at what her license plate says.
Solex. Lisa, welcome to the Solex Club. If you don't know this, Loran has an AO scan plate. I have a Solex plate. And I'm going to figure out how to take care of my Solex plate people. I got to do something for them. So we're going to figure something out. But thank you. Welcome to the Solex Club. I love this devotion to these license plates.
It's so fun. And Lisa, that earns you a Solex silver coin. So we will get that sent out right away.
And then enjoy the June call.
I'm pretty sure she's already in the legacy group, though. I
Is
remember.
she?
I think Lisa's in the group already.
Okay,
Make sure he has a coin. But you just get another coin. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. We had a contest last week on our call.
We did. It was wonderful. I comment on the call about the things, how you promote peace and calmness, not just for yourself, but for the people around you.
Right.
I just thoroughly enjoyed. And let me. I'll make a comment. Well, let's do the contest, and I have a comment about that.
Okay. Weird that you have a comment. You never have comments about things.
Who is long-winded here?
Do you remember what they're going to win?
Yes, they're going to win. 3 people are going to win the white jade bracelet.
That's right.
Which represents having calm and peace. Okay, I'm supposed to put that down, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, the first one is Kim Garrick. Thank you, Loran. I love the Solex company and didn't want to hear of any backlash regarding Disneyland or of any affiliations people may have thought. As a company, you've come too far, so it's wonderful you spoke clearly on your stance regarding Disneyland. If you want to know what she's talking about, watch last week's call, and Loran did a great job talking about Disneyland. Let's see. Also, so lovely of you to share your beautiful daughter's happy day out and heartwarming to see her beaming smile. I'm sure people understand your good intentions. Much love and gratitude to you, family, and all those involved in Solex. Adding, when I run frequencies, I get clients to tighten every muscle, big tummy breath, then release to totally relax. Feet to top of the head seems to help. I love that.
Yeah, very, very good.
Thank you,
and I
Kim.
love that too.
Yeah,
and if you watch that video, check out Lisa's fantastic dance moves that she included me in. They were wonderful. I appreciate those being on the video. Ooh, grabbed like 4. All right, Dr. Michael Pyform. To promote peace and unity, I oftentimes remind myself of the Hopi Indian phrase, I am another you. And of course, the golden rule, do unto others as I do unto you, expressed by Jesus. Essentially staying present and in my heart as much as possible throughout the day. Mind you, it's not an easy task, but worthy of the continual practice in the conscious evolution. After all, we're supposed to be creating heaven on earth. Thank you, Solex, for your vision and mission. Healing ourselves and helping others is a large part of creating heaven on earth. Indeed. Dr. Michael, thank you so much. That's powerful stuff. That is fantastic. I remember reading that in the comments, and I'm glad you won because it impressed me then, and it impresses me now.
Thank you for that. All right, last one.
We're getting mixed up.
All right. Perry Wicks. For peace and unity, I focus on living in love. I love everyone I touch in life. I get comments about how it is great to be with me, and that is where that comes from. I love helping others grow to where they want to go. The main part of my soul journey in this life is to help others heal. Solex is an incredible extension of that journey. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for all of your comments.
Well, we'll send out the white jade bracelet to each of you.
Yes.
And I hope everybody learns and is able to implement more. And speaking of implementation, let me just make one quick comment. I know this was not on the list of things to do the intro here. But I just want to comment on the action steps from learning from these sorts of comments. It is not just what we think, it's what we do. Mm-hmm. I, in particular, was the recipient of 2 wonderful expressions of gratitude this past week. I won't call them out by name, but you know who you are. One of them messaged me through social media and just expressed gratitude. The other one sent me a card by mail and just thanking me for some time spent with that person. In the end, it's what we do because of the way we feel and the way we think that matters most. It's how we treat the people around us. I love this concept of being present in the moment. of taking care of the individual that's right in front of you, whether they're on the phone, whether they're on social media, whether they're face to face with you, knee to knee with you. It is how you treat them in that setting that, to me, moves and changes all of us collectively.
Not only lifts them, but it lifts you too.
It does. We're all different
That's
because
right.
of it. So thank you for those two people, and thank you everyone for participating in this. I think we're all better for it.
Okay, let's go over and read our top enrollers before we move on.
Yes.
Actually, we have a cool video to show too before we
Okay.
move on. But let's do our top enrollers.
Okay.
We had a lot.
Yes.
We had a lot.
This
So
is April 25th to May 1st.
April 25th to May 1st.
Okay.
And we had a big tie for second place. Do you want to read the first one?
Yes. Alexia Soares,
Ginger Johnson,
Katie Jane Hill,
LaDonna Coward.
and Taryn Batch.
Wow.
That is a 5-way tie for second place.
Yeah, you all
we
had
are definitely
two. They all had
back-
two recruits.
Yeah, we're back to normal
Yeah.
on having a ton of ties. The one contest where we gave to first and second place,
Yeah,
we didn't have any ties.
Figures.
Yeah.
We
All
jinxed
right.
it.
And then
All right,
drum roll.
First place, this
Who
person
is it?
had 3 recruits this week, and it is Miranda Tarr.
Miranda, congratulations.
We will send you your Select Silver coin, and you are now part of the Legacy Group.
Yep, so proud of you. Great work.
Okay, we're going to show you a quick video right now about our new hydrogen water, and this is a shareable, so I hope you like it, and then we're going to jump into our call.
Sounds good.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We have a special treat for you today. We have a special guest.
Yep.
We have Dr. Greg Melvin here with us, and Dr. Melvin is going to help educate us on the new thermal view that's coming out soon. And so I'd like right now to turn some time over to you, Dr. Melvin, to explain a little bit about who you are and
Yeah.
where are we going from here.
Thank you, Loran. Yeah, I've been a chiropractor for 45 years. Of course, I started when I was 5. So, but as a chiropractor, we do a lot of work related to a part of the nervous system that is automated or automatic, and that has to do with blood flow to each organ of the body. So basically, as a chiropractor, we're particularly interested in how the body works, and then how is it influenced regarding heat.
Okay, and I think that's really where thermography comes into, so from the heat, right?
That's right. And you'd be surprised that people are seeing thermography every day.
That's right.
And when they're looking at the weather station, many times when they say that thing called thermography is on that image, it's telling you that it's basically taking an image of the weather using heat as a means of understanding how the weather is operating.
Right.
And it works the same way for the body.
So when we look at the body through a thermography camera, we're seeing the heat signatures. Is that correct?
That's right. But and what controls the heat signatures is even more important. Is that it's like looking at an oil light. When the oil light goes on, you're not looking at an engine, but it's giving you the status of that engine. So then you have a better idea how to operate to remedy those problems.
So in your history of 45 years of chiropractic, how many of those years have you focused primarily on thermography?
Well, the first 15 years was radiography, X-ray.
Okay.
And we were doing, which back then, I started doing radiography where I was digitizing the films. That means I was converting them to a film to digital.
Right.
So I could put it in the computer, manipulate the image so I could enhance what I was seeing. So back then I was colorizing
An X-ray.
an X-ray.
Right.
And in order to discern differences in densities that I really couldn't see by the naked eye, which is kind of like what infra meaning below the red spectrum
Right.
of the rainbow. So
Good.
yeah.
Okay, so from X-rays, you then moved into thermography.
Thermography.
Tell me a little bit about how that
Yeah,
transition.
I had a neighbor of mine that was doing thermography. Was really the first time I had seen it. When I looked at it and already doing colorized radiography, it just made sense right away to me. It was such an excellent tool that Cairo's recognizing that to take away the interference of the autonomic or automatic nervous system was what we were already doing every day. It's just, where was the interference coming from? That part was the difficult part of identifying with an X-ray, where thermography, I would say, was doing a much more superior job of identifying where the short was.
And getting really to the detail better, right, and faster.
Yeah.
I think this is great. So before we start scaring everybody, is
Yeah.
this thermography something that can be understood and maybe not on the deep level, but is the average person be able to see a thermography and see patterns?
Yeah. I think what the beauty of and the premise of how thermography works is that Johns Hopkins University did a study to establish what a norm,
Right.
what a normal was, and found that anything over 0.3 degrees Celsius difference from one side to the other was already considered a significant finding. Now, what that means is basically one half of you is the standard for the other half.
Okay.
So the more differences that you had on one side compared to the other were significant findings. And not always is the hot necessarily
The bad.
the main
Yeah.
part. Sometimes the colder patterns, like Bell's palsy or things of that nature,
Okay.
where you lose control of a particular part of the body, or sciatica, you could see those things.
Okay, so with the AO scanner, which everybody has in their hands, and they're able to scan their vitals and their comprehensives and their emotions, all of this now can be coupled with thermography and help make a better picture, a
Yeah.
clearer picture.
Yeah, well, I think what the beauty of infrared, and the best part of it compared to radiology, is there is no harm in the imagery.
That's a good point. No harm.
And you can take as many images as you want
Without
to see
any
it
radiation.
without any radiation. And so the radiation that's being examined is the radiation that comes off of you. So don't run out of the room, right?
This is great. Well, guys, everybody, this is our introduction to Dr. Melvin, and next week we're going to go into some more detail on just what kind of thermography scans the AO is going to be capable of doing, and a new tool in your tool bag.
Yeah.
So, Dr.
Yeah.
Melvin, thanks for being with us
Yeah.
today, and we'll
Yeah.
get on this next week.
Thank you, Loran.
See you next week.
I'm here with Dr. Gursky. You all know and love him. He is our resident veterinarian, so we appreciate you being here.
Glad to be here.
On Facebook a few weeks ago, we asked you all to, if you had any questions for Dr. Gursky, what would they be? And so we're going to ask you a few of those questions today.
Excellent.
And then over the next couple of weeks, we will get to most, if not all of them.
All right.
So first one, can a dog's teeth regrow with the support of frequencies if they were chipped or partially broken off?
So nothing can be fixed mechanically through frequencies. They're not going to regrow something. A dog is a brachiodont, which means when they got rid of their deciduous or their baby teeth, they had the teeth that they're going to have. However, the frequencies can absolutely decrease inflammation, decrease pain in the dog, which will give him a better posture. So some of the problems that we may have with that broken or chipped tooth are postural effects. The dog may hold his head at a different angle, he'll chew at a different angle, and this could cause a lot of other problems within the other body systems. We could get a mucus inflammation of the gut, which eventually could cause some major problems within the dog's digestive system. This wouldn't be fatal right away, but it could sure be uncomfortable for the animal. So we could be giving the dogs some frequencies to help with inflammation within the mouth, and then if we decided, another thing that the scan will do, we'll diagnose whether we've got some nerve damage or if a nerve is exposed or something like that within the tooth that we won't be able to fix through frequencies. That would tell us that we need to get the dog to the vet, maybe one of our mobile vets or your preferred vet, to go ahead and get the tooth on out and fix the mechanical problem. But a frequency won't fix any mechanical problems within the animal's body. We still gotta every once in a while pull out the scalpel and do our job.
So in the case of a chipped tooth, you would use the frequencies in the case of a chipped tooth, you would need to take the dog in to fix anything there.
Exactly.
But you would use frequencies to reduce the inflammation and possibly prevent other harm to the rest of the body.
Exactly.
Something that the tooth would cause.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I love that. And then also use a scanner to figure out what else could be going on.
Exactly
within the
correct.
dog. Okay.
Yep.
Love that. All right, next one. Is there a way to use the scanner to block fleas and ticks or heartworm instead of giving your dog preventatives?
Again, that's a mechanical problem. We can use the scanner to send frequencies to improve the skin health, send frequencies to the epidermal tissues that make sure that we send the proper amounts of oils, proper amounts of preventatives that the dog would have to try to prevent the fleas and ticks himself. However, we're not going to have the same drugs on board that we would if we use one of the name brand flea and tick preventatives. One thing, a lot of our dogs, different breeds of dogs, have like flea bite dermatitis. That takes one flea to bite the dog. We get a gigantic inflammatory response in an area on the dog's back, and it blocks the normal function of the skin and the protective layers that the dog has. So by scanning him on a regular basis and scanning, sending frequencies or Cephis for the skin and for the epidermis, we can keep that at a minimal, keep the body to where it can heal itself and prevent parasites from becoming a problem. But we still need heartworm preventive, we still need flea and tick preventive, if we're going to let the dog be exposed to those things.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. What piqued your interest to adapt the scanner with your practice? As I approach veterinarians, I am looking for the 3 seconds that got your attention.
So the 3 seconds that got my attention, we've talked about this actually before. Amber, who y'all all know, called me out to work on one of her horses and introduced me to AO Scan. At the time, I wasn't too interested, have a busy practice and was doing just fine on my own. However, I palpated a mare one day, seconds before Amber called and wanted to scan the mare. It was a mare that wasn't able to get bred. We were having some trouble getting her bred. I had palpated the mare just before that and had a 40 millimeter follicle on the left ovary. The scan showed everything, and I knew this horse from one end to the other, so everything that had been wrong with the horse showed up, and I had a major inflammation on the left ovary of the mare. So I knew that there was something to it, and that was the easiest way. I mean, I had my knowledge of the animal, and we took the scanner and proved it to me right there. I wasn't looking for proof. I really wasn't. When Amber called me, I really wasn't even wanting to talk at that moment. It was a Saturday morning. I was wanting to get done with what I was doing, but I took the time, and the proof was in the pudding.
Now, if I remember correctly, Amber did a remote scan. She was not with you, with the horse.
She was in Weatherford. I was in Jacksboro. That was 30 some odd miles apart.
So that must have made you even more skeptical.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I still don't know how that part worked, but I understand the frequencies of medicine. I understand how it works within the body, The AO scanner is, of course, that's some proprietary information, and I don't really need to know how the machine works I don't know how an X-ray machine works all that well. So I know the basics, but that's.
But you know that it works.
But I know the X-ray machine works.
So would you say that you, along with other veterinarians, are very science-minded?
Oh, absolutely.
Factual.
You know,
proof.
we learn evidence-based, and then we practice. In what works for us. You know, what works in my hands may not work in another veterinarian's hands, and that's how we have to practice our medicine. Mm-hmm. Of course, we have guidelines, and we have things that we know are going to work, things that we know aren't going to work. And this is new technology that I find is very helpful in my practice.
So do you think, when you think about your colleagues, if someone were to approach another veterinarian and say, hey, I've got this scanner and it scans the frequencies and I can tell you what's going on with your horse, do you think they'll be pretty skeptical?
They're going to be exceptionally skeptical, and rightly so. We have to be skeptical. That's how we're trained. Again, we're trained on evidence. You show me some white papers that tell me it works, then I'll utilize it. However, once they've seen it happen a few times, anecdotal. Once you've got enough anecdotal cases, you start looking and saying, "Hey, this deal's got to be working."
So maybe if you were to send them an Alpha 3 pass, which means they can use the scanner for 72 hours and try it out, and they can actually see for themselves.
Oh, I think that would be
really helpful.
That would open some eyes, you know, if they're willing to do it, especially guys that have patients like I did that they know everything about the animal. They scan it. It's going to show. It's going to show that everything's accurate.
Right. Well, Dr. Gursky, we only got to just a few questions today, but let's hang tight and do a few more, and we'll show it in a few weeks' time on these calls. Does that sound good?
Excellent.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm learning every week, Loran. There's something every week. You had Dr. Melvin here talking about thermography. We used to have, I remember on the scanner, we used to have thermal view.
That's right, we did.
And it was grayed out.
That's
right. You could click on it, but it's not going to take you anywhere.
But it's about to come back.
It's about to come back. What I learned from Dr. Melvin this week, maybe outside of what you guys talked about, was that I feel with the thermal view, you're looking into my soul.
Well, we're definitely looking at how your body is responding to the way you feel, the way you eat, in ways that the scanner can only give us numbers.
Yeah.
Here we're actually able to now see the colors and get to know how, okay, this really is affecting over here and here. So it's an amazing tool.
It is, and seeing it and having the promise that it's going to be tied in and integrated and have the opportunity to view another level of our well-being through the AO scan technology is just so powerful.
And in with that, the two are actually going to be talking to each other. The thermal view and the AO scanner the database they share.
They share.
So it's going to be an amazing tool, and it's coming soon.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Last week we talked about the white jade and peace and calmness, and we got some wonderful comments on how we can all promote more of that. The other thing I think that we could probably do is promote some stability.
That's right. With all the division and disharmony that's in the world that we're dealing with right now, that stability is important.
Yeah. And we've always talked about, just as an icon, I guess, of stability that we have in our Solex environment. We've talked about Cybin and the negative ion properties.
That's right.
And how they are a force and how they have motion and they keep things
stable.
Stable.
They stabilize
Perfect.
us inside.
Perfect. Okay, we launched two new things in the Cybin family.
Yep.
The straw
and the
Cybin
shaker ball.
and the shaker ball. So let's give away 3 of those.
Okay, I like it.
Okay,
Let's
so
do it.
again, come back to the YouTube call, comment here. We want you to comment on how you develop stability in your life. How do you keep things kind of even keel, balanced, essentially, within your life? I think we love having you do it here. And if you don't like this environment, we're so sorry, but our community as a whole does a great job sharing and learning from each other.
They
This
do.
isn't just
They
something
really do. Yeah.
that we say over a video. It's more of what you guys do and what you do, not just with the scanner, but even with your own learning and understanding. So many experts
That's right.
in our community already that teach so well, and we're grateful for it. So as a
Send
part of
those
that gratitude,
comments.
send the comments, side
To
bin
this
straw,
channel.
shaker ball, coming to you. We'll do the drawing next week.
See ya.
Bye. Comment here on,
How you keep
I don't know,
stability in your life.
Like, what are we having them do?
So,
Me?
what are they going to win? I don't remember. I was asking you. Do you remember what they're
Oh, white jade bracelets.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, good.